friends, welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at the book cart, or as Lauren called it, the book trolley. This video is inspired by Lauren from Lauren and the Books. I saw her clean out her book cart and I said, I have one of those. So together we're going to look at this book cart and see what's in there and maybe start using it again. My intention, my thought is either I'm going to keep it right here, which means I moved my daughter's toy, which is fine, right? It's fine. Her toy is just on the other side of the room. Or I might just take it into my room with me, because sometimes I go upstairs and read in the bedroom. So I don't know. This book cart has moved around a lot. I now have a little area that I'm carving out as my office space, but it doesn't fit there. I'm trying to get a bigger bookshelf to go in that space. And as you can see, this hasn't been used. Well, you can't see it, but you will. This hasn't been being used for a long time. So what we're going to do is sort it out and start using it. So I assume that I'm going to find some garbage, and I'm probably also going to find things that are useful. So we'll see. I'm doing a project with postcards, and this is a postcard. I believe in children's right to read. I trust teachers and librarians to select books. I want my voice heard. Protect the right to read. That's a great statement right there. These are some old gift cards: Macy's, Whole Foods, another Macy's, and my Barnes & Noble membership card from probably about 15 years ago. I went to Barnes & Noble over the Christmas break and I got a new membership. So I just need to see if this is tied to that in any way, and if not, then I'll get rid of it. This is a little notebook that my daughter gifted me in a little package that they packed at her preschool last year for Mother's Day. So of course that's sentimental. I'm not going to get rid of it, but maybe I could use it. Some of these are books for my daughter. My friend Patrice, not Patrice Jones, this is my other friend Patrice from my teenage years, sent me some hardcovers from my daughter for us to read together. So these need to go upstairs in my daughter's room so that when we're reading at night we have them. These are some little coloring books that we pick up like when we're heading out, like we're going to church or some event where I think my daughter's going to need some activities. This was here because it was a book club book. So all of these need to go back on shelves, and I'm going to sort them based on the shelf that they're going to go on. I have a shelf for Caribbean fiction. This is a Booker winner, so that needs to go on my Booker winner shelf. Dear Life, I think, is on a list of books by Big TBR. These are books from publishers. This was a book club selection. I was supposed to read this in December and we didn't get to it, so I'm going to put that back on the shelf. I'm reading his essay collection right now. This is Salman Rushdie's Satanic Verses. I bought this when he was attacked. Brand new. I intended to read it. I didn't, but really the reason I bought it at that time was just to support the author. So I need to put that on the shelf. These are books from my daughter. Publisher. This needs to just go on the shelf. Middle of March, I actually started reading. I'm going to save this for March. I think I'm going to put this on my March TBR. So these are TBR books. Last year or the year before, I intended to read that during March. I also intended to participate on a read-along of A Little Life. I didn't. This was from the publisher. This is a beautiful copy, but it's an ARC. The Portrait of a Lady is also on my TBR, my big extensive TBR. This is garbage. This is garbage. The little bookmarks my friend Patrice had made for me. Garbage. publisher, Pomegranate. Was this a gift from the publisher? I think so. Oh, this is a Black author. Helen Elaine Lee. I'm gonna put that aside so I can make a video about that, book and outfit video. Publisher books. This is publisher. This is a little book of Bible stories retold for present day times, and it's set around the world. I intended to give this to one of my friends' children, and I had maybe 2 stories left to read out of it, but it's been so long, now it's time for me to save it for my daughters. Ooh, my reading journal from 2022. I actually kept up with it too. I love looking back at reading journals and seeing what I read. Oh, this is awesome. I actually did keep up with it for some time. Where should I put journals? This is a book that I think I had listed on my Pango, so I'm gonna need to piles, just piles. The publishers had gifted me this one, and I don't think I ever did like a review video. That's Immense and Immense World. This is Alison Pataki. This is publisher. Another book from the publisher. What if the life you didn't live was as real as the one you did? This is the possibilities. So I have a lot of books here from the publishers. I did read this. Patrice Jones and I did a whole buddy read of this, but I should do another feature video. So I'm gonna create a separate place to put books that I want to make videos about. This is Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History. I should make a video about this month, but I'm going to keep that there in the pile for things to read with my daughter. This is Lost and Found. The publisher had sent me that. This is a Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I picked this up on a shelf from the library, a free shelf. Promise by Rachel Eliza Griffith. This will come up in a video later this month. Book and outfit. These are books for my daughter. Devil in the White City. One of these days I'm going to go through my bookshelves and I'm going to create a section just for Eric Larson books. This is an Asian author. This is Brotherless Night. It's blurred by Celeste Ng and Britt Bennett. I'd like to read that at some point. Oh, this is a certificate from my daughter's preschool last year. These are little pocket journals to take. No, that goes over there. This is Bud Not Buddy. I have 2 copies of this book, and I don't think I've read them. Does this match? I think maybe I'll change my pants and make a video, book and outfit today, because that's what I'm wearing today. All right, Percy Jackson, Late Bloomers, The Man I Never Met. I actually read this. The Maid, Memento Mori. This was a gift from my friend Rosalie. Like, look at this cover. This is stunning. These are all books that just need to go on my shelf. Oh, this is the cover. This is Of Mice and Men, which I love. Metamorphosis. I read Metamorphosis. I didn't read the other stories, but that's going on my shelf. This is John Updike, Rabbit Run. I read a copy from the library, and then Heidi gifted me this book, so I love that I have it. That goes on my shelf. I want to read the rest in that series. This is Judy Blume's Summer Sisters. This was a gift from the publisher. I have another copy that I had read from. Yeah, I read from the other copy, so I really don't need to keep that one. These are some pins. The shelf fell, and I need to figure out how to raise it up. And then these are the books that were on the bottom shelf. This is An Arc of Where Wild Peaches Grow. This is by Abe Bentley. I think this is a Black author. Violetta by Isabel Allende. Sunflower Sisters by Martha Hall Kelly. Wayward by Chuck Wendig. This is a big book. All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. And Queens of the Age of Chivalry by Alison Ware. All right, all of these are books that I got from the publishers that I would like to make some video or feature on. So I have a lot of shorts coming up, guys. Video, outfit, and book. Those need to go on the shelf. All of those over there. Those two piles are books that I got from the publisher and just need to make some kind of video about. And look at my daughter's clogs under the couch. I'll let you see what I do when I put the cart back together, because now I'm gonna figure out what I want to put on the cart and we'll come on back. So the reading cart is organized and I'm really proud of it. So my TBR for this month is here. Down here we have, so this is my official TBR. Down here we have our hopefuls or the mood reading options. No. This is a TBR book. Okay, so clearly you could see we're not quite done. So if you remember, well, overview, macro view. February TBR, February mood reading options, and down here we have the journals. So my reading journal, my life journal, my record keeping journal, and this is my daughter's journal. We keep those there. My daughter is really into journaling. And other things that we need for a journal, like our markers. This is just a little pencil case. We have stickers in it right now, and also a fake pretzel, a toy pretzel for don't ask. There are toys everywhere. This is our life. We love it. We wouldn't have it any other way. I also have room down here where I could put my basket of ephemera, but I feel like I have a lot of like magazine cuttings in here that I don't want this to spill over into a tangent, but I have a lot of things in here that need to get culled or reduced so that they can fit back into this container. I could get a bigger container, but I'm experimenting with the container method that I shouldn't have more than this full of things that I'm using for my journal, and this could actually fit down here as well if I sort it out. So here are the books on the TBR. I showed them to you. All of these are for the Booktube prize. So I have 5 so far, which are Booktube prize books. Putting them here just because one of the books slid down. These are the Booktube prize books. This is the Runwright Reads Book Club selection for February. This is the Book Naturalist Book Club selection for February. And a buddy read and another buddy read. And 2 books that I had put on my list for a Facebook challenge that I'm doing, where I'm reading 10 books in 4 months, 10 specific books that meet specific prompts. And these are 2 of the books that I chose from that list to read in February. This one specifically because it is Black History Month and I've always wanted to read this one. And then this one is a gift from the publishers a few months ago, and I'd like to read that sooner rather than later. So those are the books that are on the top shelf and why. And then I told you about some of my mood reading options. I shared that with you in my February TBR. So if you haven't already watched it, I got from the library. Most of these are library books that I'm holding on to. I'd love to read soon. I'd love to read before they're due back from the library. And if I have room and time in February, I'd love to get to them sooner. So I've already shown these to you for some reason. This one was a gift from the publishers. They asked me to do an Instagram feature. I did that, but I also want to read the entire book because it is really, really interesting. It's The Magic of Knowing What You Want by Tracy Tracy G. I've read other things by this author, Christopher Paul Curtis, but I definitely want to read that as well. This one was inspired by a video that I watched from Heidi from my reading live. She talks about reading David Mitchell books. So I decided that I wanted to check out his writing. I want to read his first published novel. So that's that one. And then this one I got from the library sometime in December, I think. So I need to make a decision on it very soon because it's probably going to be due for the third and final renewal very soon. I've read other things by this author. I really enjoy his writing. I like reading nonfiction about food origins, and how our eating habits, eating patterns, the things that are available for us to eat. I like reading things about that. So this is Animal Vegetable Junk, A History of Food from Sustainable to Suicidal by Mark Bittman. So those are all mood reading options that I have for February. So that's my book cart these days. And because it is roll already, we are probably gonna experiment with moving it around this area, just because we spend most of our time in this area. But I also thought about putting it in my bedroom because I also read in bed at night. And when I brought it upstairs, my daughter started to load some of her bedtime storybooks in there. So I'm also thinking about maybe moving the journal stuff from the bottom and putting my daughter's books on there as well. So the reading cart is in flux, but right now I'm pretty happy with it. And yes, there is some representation of my daughter because, like I said, we're journaling from the bottom shelf and her journal is there. So, and I have room up here. We definitely have room up here for her to add some of her books for bedtime story reading and homework reading. So this is the book cart. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you also have a book cart, how you organize it, what would you do different. Give me recommendations for how I can jazz this up. I'm always open to hearing from you and incorporating your suggestions in my reading experience and experiment. So thank you so much for watching. We'll be back soon with another video and I hope you join me for it. Until then, happy reading. Bye.